But yes, um, so we are here on a weekly time frame. So that means that each candle is 1 week. So um, I guess quick question, what do you guys see that's happening now? What do we see that's in the market?
A trend up.
Yes, yes, that's good. Anything else?
It looks like I guess this week's market is, uh, it's, I don't know how to describe it, but it's fighting between the bulls and the bears.
Mm. Yeah,
That
that's
long
good.
wick,
So,
that long
uh-huh.
wick, it looks like there was a lot of volatility. Like there was a
Hmm.
push for it to go up and then it came back down. So if this is a 1 day candle, that's a lot of activity for 1 day. That's a long range, but not
Yes,
enough
yes,
volume.
yes. Yeah, that's good. That's exactly what I was waiting for someone to say. The wicks here. There's a lot of loose change. There's a lot of price did try to push up to 5,000, and we can mark this out so we can have a clear sign. So price pushed up to 5,000 625, but it did not close there. That means that sellers took over and pushed the price all the way back down, pretty much, $600, I guess you can say. Um, so that's very important. That is very important. So what can happen? Gold, all of this area needs to be filled. So that means is buyers going to take control, or is sellers still going to be in control in this area, in this area above 5,050, I guess we can say 5,050, because if we look at zoom in a little bit, if we look here for both of these days here, these green candles, they still have wicks up top. So of course, price did push up, but it did not close at the top. That means that sellers were in this area and pushed the price back down to close below this candle. So that's very, very important. So I see that the last week price did close, it pushed up, but sellers are still in control to push it back down. And it did close above the previous week candle. So that's a good sign of, okay, buyers are starting to get back in control of the market of gold. Um, but it's going to be a slow week depending on how, the US market is not going to be open today since it's President's Day. So that comes into play. And just like the fundamentals of everything with, um, Putin might do the $12 trillion deal with the US. Also, I'm not sure if you guys heard about Denmark. Um, this is so funny. I know Dan, I know I was talking about Denmark last night on the call. Um, but Denmark, since Trump wants to take Greenland, they are going to buy. I believe I pulled it up here. Let me see. Yes, I pulled it up here. I'll share it for you guys. Yes, so Denmark is going to strengthen their defense, and they're going to buy their missiles and their air missiles from the US. to defend the US, or
Wow.
to defend Greenland from the US.
Wow.
So this is telling me, um, the US is still powerful. The US dollar is still going to be valuable in a way. And that is very important to understand how countries need the US to, be secure, to have that defense. So that's just something that I thought was like super funny. Like they're actually yeah, they're buying missiles from the US to defend Greenland from the US. So
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
Um and that's something that is going to be coming into the market, because we know that if they buy those missiles and stuff, that's money that's going to be coming into the US. And the US dollar, it runs the world pretty much. That's something that we were talking about in a video of how you can take the US dollar anywhere in the world and transfer it, or exchange it for the currency. But a lot of currencies you can't take all around the world and exchange it. So that's why I say, I know what's going on may seem like the US dollar is falling and getting weaker, yes, to a point, but Donald Trump, he always has a plan. So I think that he's pretty much discounting the dollar to help people get back in to the dollar. And yeah, I guess that's just my opinion about things. Um, but yeah, so for me, I just pay attention to both of these zones, 4,425 and 5,625. But just say this is a bigger time frame, right? So I know my blue lines is the highest points. Um, like mentally for me, I know this. So just say the weekly, we are in a weekly now, and we just started the week. So I will come here.
Excuse me, could I ask you a question real quick?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I understand why you put the resistance at the highest wick right there, around the 5,600 mark. But as far as putting support down at the 44.25, why did you choose that one and not something lower? What
You
made you
said
choose?
lower?
Yeah, so for the bottom line,
Mm-hmm.
the support line, why did you choose that location and not another one?
Mm-hmm. So I choose this location because the wick here, and if we look to the left here, you always want to look left, um, to see like how price reacted in this zone. So basically, I just chose this wick, um, or I chose this area because of the wick. But the more you get into it, you can look left here and see that this was a previous resistance here
Mm,
in this area.
mhm.
And then it became a support in a way where price was reacting. Um, so if you just drag this area out, so even if we do something like this, if we drag this out, we can see a clear sign of price is going to react there, right? And we see that happen with this green candle. Price did come down and came to this area of 4,425 and shot right back up. So we know that this is a strong area of support.
Okay, and so you usually look back like a month worth, like you're looking on the weekly candles, but you go back for a month or two, or you just try to see.
Yeah, I just read the chart. I see like, so that was a good question, and I'm glad that we could break that down in a way of, I know I'm on a weekly chart, and I still can point out support and resistance in a way, even on a weekly chart. And I know when I pointed this area out, this was Monday, October 20th, 2025.
Oh,
Um, this was Monday, the 29th of December, 2025. So it's just like reading what's going on in the market. Although we are in an uptrend, where can we see a clear sign of price reacting? Where can we see a clear sign of previous resistance and previous support? And this is, we can see that price came down here, reacted strong. That means there's a lot of buyers right here, and it pushed the price right back up.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
But I guess right now what we're just doing like a top-down analysis to understand like if we wanted to enter right now, like in a trade, um, we have to have different levels. We have to see a clear sign of different levels, different support, different resistance, and go from there.
Right. Meaning on several charts, like the weekly, the daily, the monthly,
Is
like
it-
that.
Yes, yes, exactly. Yep, yeah. Um, so even for this previous green candle here, I will mark the top and bottom of this candle. But I will, change the color in a way. So just to have like a color coordinated, um, mental, um, colorful chart. I guess it's mental. Of course, you can, type it in. So if I wanted to, I can come here and say, um, last week. It says right here, or you can do it here at the center. What is this? Last week support. And then you can do the same thing here. So like little things like that. But for me, I kind of like understand it, so I don't have to, um, just or put the words there. Let me see top. Let's do. We can do middle. Okay. And as we continue to zoom in, we will see that just now I'm going to drop down to the daily time frame. And we can, see the day. So now we can see that this is a strong support just from what, Friday and Thursday. So for me, I will not mark out like a support zone. I would say this would probably be my main support area before it gets down to our weekly support area. Um, so I can continue to do the same thing in a way. So this, I guess, what I am doing, does this make sense to everyone?
Yeah, it makes sense. Just I haven't gotten used to messing with charts and drawing what you're doing.
Okay, yes. So that's pretty much like our daily resistance or ceiling, our daily we can say last week's support is still our daily support in a way. And even if we wanted to draw like a box just to let us know like when it comes down to this area, we are getting close to our support. So I'll drop down to 4 hours, and it's just giving us a more clear sign to read the charts a little bit better, just to see how price action is becoming. So last week's resistance is something, it is a lot of resistance here. So does this make sense to you guys? I'm not trying to make it confusing with like all the boxes and lines.
It
Yes,
does.
it makes sense. It'll be interesting to see how you, hopefully you'll show how you set up a trade using, like if you were to go into a trade today, let's say, for when the market does
Yes.
open, what you would do. That'll be interesting to see.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Yes, yes. So just from read like or yeah, looking at the chart, reading the chart, we can see that there's some big resistance here. Um, and let me just zoom up a little bit. We know that because of this big push down here. This was a lot of sellers, right? And once it gets to this area, I ask myself, why is it reacting right there? Why did it react there? So I look left. I look left and I see this area here of a previous support in a way, a previous consolidation. I guess consolidation means the market is not going anywhere. It's ranging, right? It's going back and forth to make a resistance, to make a support. So I see this. I'm stretching it out, and I can understand at this area of where are we? 5,000, um, 60, 70, the market is going to react. So I understand these lines a little bit better now of why the market reacted at this area. Just to, point that out to you guys, um, to let you guys know, like, okay, this is a clear sign of resistance. So uh, this was our daily resistance. This yellow line was our daily resistance. Now, our weekly resistance, and just looking at the date and time here, right? So this previous green candle was Friday. This was Friday. So just from reading this current candle that's open now, it's saying that price did try to push up, but sellers are right there and it rejected. So sellers are at 5,070, 5,060, and it still continues to push down. So just by looking at this, we know that our support area is here. So um, I guess it just depends on I know the US market is down or is not open today, so that comes into play. I'm not sure how um, I would trade this, to be honest. I don't think I would trade gold today just because the US market is closed. Um, but just for, technical points here, I will be looking for sales in a way. And I say that because it's a liquidity here. There's loose change right here at four, or I'll mark it out. There's loose change right here.
What does that mean when you say loose change?
Like the market tried to
Does
sell off. So
okay.
there's a lot of loose change or money left in the market right here.
So would you put your stop loss there, or is that where you're gonna enter the market?
Uh, No, so for sales, I would say if I'm in a sale, I
Uh-huh.
will wait for the price to, just say this will happen, boom, 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 and then it might do something like this and then come back up and break. Once this breaks this level of
Okay.
last week's support, that's when I will be like, okay, we might be in a sale until it gets down to 4,670, or we can get back down to 4,425.
So you
So
would put your stop loss in the 4,700?
so just for example, just to show you. So just say this is a position that I'm looking to get into. Um, I will do a short position here. So
Okay.
once it breaks this area here,
Okay.
I will put, so the red means stop loss, the green means profit. So I will put my stop loss, I guess depending on structure. Um, Let me erase this for you guys. So what I see here is this point of previous support, and we know previous support will become resistance. So I will probably put my stop loss above this level. I guess depending on price action, because the price can come down and give us a clearer sign of what will be happening in this area, and if it's going to be any wicks. Um, and like I say, we are on a higher time frame, just to keep that in mind. So just say I wanted to put my take profit down here to take out these wicks. So that would be
And
pretty much,
that's where you would stop, right? Taking profit?
yeah, taking profit
Okay.
here. I will put multiple positions in. Um, with gold is good to trade because it moves super fast and it gets you a lot of profit. So the broker that I use, I can just put one position in and it asks me, do you want to partially take this position off? And it allows me to do that.
What does that
But
mean, partially take the position in? What does that mean?
so it's like, do you want to take 25% off? Do you want to take 50% off? Do you want to take 75% off? It allows you to do that.
Does that mean of how
Oh, you're
much
getting?
in your account or you're trading with at the time?
Yes, yes. It means that I guess depending on the profit that you are making. So just say I trade with $100 and I'm up $500. Is saying, do you want to take $250 off, like 50% of this position off? It will take
Also sell it.
250. Sell. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sorry. Yes,
Okay.
sell it.
Okay.
And then hold the rest of the 250 and just let that run and let that continue to push down.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, so today I would say a sale because the US market is not open, and we would just have to see how things plays out. Um, but yes, it's looking like we just don't know. It's still early. It's still early. So I mean, it's always good to buy gold. I will say that. Gold is something I like when gold was on the bull run, um, the last couple weeks. Um, I will wake up and buy gold and hold it for a couple hours, and I look at my phone, I'm up, $100, $200, and then I'm out. Then I do it again. I like the structure might look like it's a sale, but the last couple of weeks, that was my strategy. I wake up, I look at the chart and I say I'm buy gold, buy, and it just pushes up. So just depending on fundamentals and technicals. So right now it's just more technical in a way where there was a big sell off. So you got to take that into consideration. And just kind of read the market and see how things are going to go.
So is it good to buy gold right now, or is it still too high? Or
No, I would say it's always good to buy gold, depending on um, are you going to hold it long term?
uh, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I would say, see, I would say I gotta think like my wife now. Yes, buy gold. It's always good to buy gold. For me, I'm more of like, okay, no, I'll wait. I'm here on the chart. You see, I'm like, okay, no, I'll wait to go get down here to 4,425 to load up a lot. But I will say it's always good to buy gold. Gold is always going to give you, that's a good safe asset to hold. Um,
Okay.
yeah, but you would just have to see like the fundamentals of everything, like the news and what's been said around the world and stuff like that. Because I don't know if you guys notice about what happened in China with the silver market. Um, Did you guys hear
No,
about that?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I heard something about silver is more expensive there. Was it one company or something that's a company that's producing silver refused to sell or make any more or something to that effect? I don't know. I think it was something like that. But